Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're diving deep into one of Australia's most heartbreaking true crime stories, the murder of Stephanie Scott. This case isn't just about a senseless killing, it's a story of lost potential, community devastation, and the chilling mind of a predator hiding in plain sight. Stephanie was a vibrant 26-year-old teacher, days away from her dream wedding when her life was brutally cut short on Easter Sunday, 2015. We'll analyze the events, the investigation, the psychology behind the crime, and its lasting impact. Grab your coffee, because we're going in depth. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Let's get started. The idyllic life of Stephanie Scott. Stephanie Scott was the epitome of warmth and dedication in the quiet town of Leeton, New South Wales. Nestled in the Riverina region, Leeton is a farming community of about 8,000 to 10,000 residents, known for its rice paddies, citrus orchards, and tight-knit bonds. It's the kind of place where everyone knows everyone, and tragedies like this seem impossible. But on April 5, 2015, the unthinkable happened. Born in 1988, Stephanie grew up in a loving family. Her father, Robert Scott, was a respected teacher himself, inspiring her career path. Her mother, Marilyn, and siblings described her as Button, a nickname reflecting her small stature but big heart. From a young age, Stephanie exuded kindness. Friends recall her wide smile, infectious laugh, and unwavering positivity. She was intelligent, organized, and always ready to help others. As a child, she excelled in sports, playing netball and cricket, which is how she first met her fiancé, Aaron Leeson Woolley. Their love story was straight out of a fairy tale. Aaron and Stephanie had known each other since childhood, bonding over shared activities in Leeton's sports scene. They were close friends until Aaron's 21st birthday party in 2009, when sparks flew, turning their friendship romantic. By 2015, they were inseparable. Aaron, a local engineer, proposed in a romantic setting, and Stephanie said yes without hesitation. Their wedding was set for April 11, 2015, at a beautiful venue in nearby Griffith. Stephanie had planned every detail meticulously: her dress, the menu, the decorations. She even shared excited updates with her students about her white gown and Tahiti honeymoon. As an English and drama teacher at Leeton High School, Stephanie was beloved. She started teaching there in 2011, following in her father's footsteps. Colleagues praised her lesson plans, which were creative and engaging. She spent extra hours mentoring students, directing school plays, and fostering a love for literature. One student later said, "Miss Scott made English fun. She believed in us." Her dedication extended beyond the classroom. She coached sports teams and volunteered in the community. In the months leading up to her wedding, she balanced bridal preparations with her teaching duties, often staying late to ensure everything was perfect. But beneath this picture-perfect life lurked danger. Unbeknownst to Stephanie, a new cleaner at the school, Vincent Stanford, had been watching her obsessively. We'll dive into his background next, but first, let's paint a fuller picture of Stephanie's final days. On April 4, 2015, she celebrated her hen's night with friends, laughing and toasting to her future. She texted Aaron excitedly about their dance lessons, perfecting their first dance to Keith Urban's "Making Memories of Us." Everything seemed aligned for happiness. Stephanie wasn't just a teacher, she was a pillar. In a 2016 ABC News interview, Marilyn Scott said, "She was our light, always planning, always smiling." This loss wasn't just personal, it rippled through Leeton, a town unaccustomed to such horror. Psychologically, Stephanie represented the every woman, relatable, aspirational. Her story resonates because it highlights vulnerability in safe spaces.
As we analyze, this case underscores how predators exploit trust in communities like Leeton. The predator, Vincent Stanford's dark past. To understand the horror that befell Stephanie, we must examine Vincent Stanford, a man whose life was a tapestry of red flags. Born in 1990 in Australia to Dutch parents, Vincent and his twin brother Marcus moved to the Netherlands at age 3 before returning to NSW in their teens. Their family settled in Leeton, but Vincent never fit in. From childhood, Vincent exhibited disturbing behaviors. At 7, he had recurring dreams of killing someone. By 12, he assaulted and strangled a teacher, earning the nickname Psycho from peers. He was volatile, angry, and isolated. Sent to a behavioral school, he struggled with discipline and social interactions. Diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder and oppositional defiant disorder as a teen, he was admitted to a mental health facility. There, he claimed to lack emotions entirely, saying, "I have almost none." Post-release, Vincent's life spiraled. Rejected from college and the army, paths that might have provided structure, he drifted through menial jobs. In February 2015, just 5 weeks before the murder, he was hired as a casual cleaner at Leeton High School. This gave him unrestricted access, including keys and knowledge of the layout. But Vincent's issues ran deeper. Forensic analysis of his devices revealed an obsession with violence. He had nearly 2,000 secret photos of Stephanie, taken over weeks. His notebook detailed her routines. He stalked others too, a 12-year-old student, his intended target, and 2 local women. Police found images of underage girls in graphic, violent scenarios, plus searches for bride rape and necrophily. Vincent hid in girls' bathrooms during lunch, observing unnoticed. His behavior was deeply inappropriate as per court documents. Psychologists later assessed him as high risk for serial killing, showing no empathy or remorse. In interviews, he laughed inappropriately, shrugging off questions. Analyzing him psychologically, he fits antisocial personality disorder traits, compounded by autism. Experts note his emotional void enabled detachment. Similar to killers like Ted Bundy, he blended in, polite to his mother, casual with colleagues. But his twin Marcus's involvement adds intrigue. Marcus sold Stephanie's rings, earning him a 15-month sentence for accessory after the fact. A petition with 60,000 signatures demanded longer, but he was released in 2016, shunned by Leeton. His family was shocked. His father said, "I don't want to know why." This case highlights failed interventions, mental health support, background checks. Stanford's contract was extended despite red flags, prompting calls for reform. Compare to cases like Jill Mager's murder, 2012, Australia, where a parolee killed in a safe area. Both expose systemic gaps in monitoring high-risk individuals. The fateful day, timeline of terror. Easter Sunday, April 5, 2015, started ordinarily for Stephanie. At 11 a.m., she arrived at Leeton High School to finalize handover notes. The school was empty, holiday quiet. She parked her red Mazda, met a friend to open the gate, then worked in the English staff room. She emailed a bus company for wedding transport, feeling relieved. Vincent, unrostered, showed up to take out trash. Seeing Stephanie alone, he decided to kill. He went home, assembled a rape kit, handcuffs, Viagra, knife, cleaning supplies. En route back, he searched disturbing terms. As Stephanie left around 3 p.m., they crossed paths. She smiled, saying, "Happy Easter." He attacked, dragging her to a storage room. He punched her 40 times, stabbed her neck, and raped her. Chillingly, he felt hungry, drove home for a sandwich and coffee, then returned. He loaded her body into her car's trunk, cleaned the scene, and drove to his house. He chatted normally with his mother and brother. Later, he dumped her laptop in a canal. That night, he drove to Cocopara National Park, 70 kilometers away. He removed her rings, mailed them to Marcus with her license, then burned her body to destroy evidence. Aaron, worried by silence, reported her missing April 6th. Searches began, helicopters, ground teams. No social media or bank activity since April 4th. Witnesses emerged. One heard dragging sounds, saw her car leave. Another noted Vincent's odd laugh and scratches when discussing her disappearance. Police questioned Vincent. He lied about a closed store visit. Searching his home, mother's consent, they found Stephanie's keys. In his car, blood-stained
boards, her DNA. His camera had photos of her burned body, he claimed, from a movie. Arrested April 8, charged April 9 with murder, later aggravated sexual assault. Body found April 10, day before wedding. Confession, Vincent detailed everything with detachment, saying he went a little nuts. Analysis, this timeline shows opportunism mixed with premeditation. The holiday emptiness enabled it. Forensically, DNA, photos, searches were damning. Compared to the Lindy Chamberlain case, small town, media frenzy, but here, quick resolution. The investigation and arrest. Led by Detective Inspector Tim Clark and Sergeant Justin Milne, the investigation was swift. Initial missing person report evolved to homicide. No witnesses due to holiday, but that narrowed suspects. Bell's system logs placed Stephanie at school 1:31 to 1:38 p.m. Find My iPhone off, no activity. Community appeals. Post shared 1,500 times in hours. Residents searched. Vincent's alibi crumbled. Store closed. Home search yielded keys, condom packaging, tire tracks mismatched. Devices, stalking photos, violent porn, notes on victims. Laptop recovery from canal confirmed foul play. Arrest dramatic. Vincent returned as police left. Confession followed, unaware body found. This case exemplifies efficient policing in rural areas. Podcasts like Policing Australia details detectives' insights. Psychological profiling was key. His lack of remorse flagged future danger. Vincent initially no plea, but evidence overwhelmed. July 2016, guilty to murder and assault. Sentencing October 13, 2016, eve of Stephanie's 28th birthday. Life without parole for murder, 15 years for assault. Judge Robert Holm called it merciless and cold-blooded. Marcus charged for selling rings and destroying evidence, 15 months, released 2016 despite petition. The community shunned him. Experts, high serial killer risk, no empathy. Analysis, plea spared trial trauma. Sentencing reflects Australia's tough stance on heinous crimes. Twins' involvement raises nurture versus nature questions, identical but divergent paths. Aftermath and community impact. Leeton stood still. Businesses closed, school canceled for memorial. 1,000 attended, wearing yellow. Funeral at wedding venue, song played. Family advocated reforms, stricter school checks, settled with NSW education for better screening. Tragedy compounded. Robert Scott died 2016 in accident, buried beside Stephanie. Aaron traveled Europe, later engaged to Samantha in 2020. 10 years on, 2025, Mayer recalls seismic shock. Stalking revelations haunt. Documentaries, podcasts cover it. Societal analysis highlights school safety, mental health gaps.
Similar to Eurydice Dixon case, sparks violence against women discussions. In-depth analysis, psychology, society, and prevention. Psychologically, Vincent's profile, psychopathy spectrum? Autism didn't cause violence, but combined with other disorders, amplified risk. Dreams of killing from age 7 indicate early pathology. No remorse echoes killers like Ivan Milat. Societally, the small-town illusion of safety shattered. Leeton's hurt lingers. Gender violence. Stephanie killed in the workplace, echoing global stats. Prevention. Background checks flawed. Vincent's history overlooked. Reforms needed. Psychological evals for school staff. Media role. Sensationalism versus sensitivity. Podcasts like Morbid humanize victims. Compare international. Like the Riva Steenkamp case, the bride-to-be theme amplifies tragedy. Legacy and conclusion. Stephanie's legacy. Kindness, teaching passion. The community remembers her as a shining example. Books, docs preserve her story. This case reminds us that evil hides anywhere. Honor Stephanie by advocating safety. Thanks for watching. Share thoughts below. Stay safe.